core philosophy of Montessori is basically about following the child. What we are trying to do is meet children where they are, capitalize on how they're learning, what their strengths are. So we are following them through their coordination, through their concentration, trying to help them put everything together to make their learning as foundationally sound as they can possibly be. Montessori nurtures independence in a child simply by following that child. So what we are trying to do is let the child come into an environment that has been set up so they can succeed. They can learn on their own by using these hands-on materials that we have. Then they are able to explore based on their own interest. Then the teacher follows them. We see where they're gravitating to, and then the teacher is able to guide the students, follow them, nurture them through their learning, and hopefully encourage them to know that learning can be fun.
Montessori believed that what the hand does, the mind remembers. And so everything in our environment is set up so it's tactile, and they can touch it, they can feel it, it's tangible. And she believed that if they can physically do it, they can remember it. And our environment is set up in a way that all the children have had a lesson that they can just remove from the shelf and experience it, take it all in. And it's also teaching like motor skills and curiosity.
Follow the child means to look at the child's interest and to go with that. Because I've had children say, I don't like to read. But then if you find their interest, they love dinosaurs, then you can build on that.
While we teach language and math and science and geography, we also teach something in our classroom called practical life. Practical life is where our kids learn to chop vegetables, pour milk, clean their tables, wash their hands, clean their dishes, fold towels. And I don't think you necessarily will get that in another type of school environment. So that's what I find special about Montessori.
What makes the multi-age classroom so efficient is because that's how we learn in life. And I mean, that's basically what Montessori is trying to do. But in a classroom that has this 3-year age span, you have the youngest students that are able to watch and follow the older students who are doing some of the higher level learning things that they have been doing over the past 2 years, hopefully, if they've been with us since they were 3. It gives those younger students something to work for. It gives the teacher the opportunity to, if a child is not wanting to work or if they're not interested in something, we can entice them with, you want to do this? We got to do these things first. So it just encourages them to show them how things build. The other end of that spectrum is those 5-year-old students, the ones that are our kindergartners. They have hopefully had 2 years with us, so they are being able to use the leadership skills that they have developed over the previous 2 years. They are able to help guide the younger students. And then the ones in the middle are, they depend on the day. Some days they're more like the younger students, some days they're more mature like the older students. But it really just is setting up that community in the classroom where you're learning from each other.
We call it a prepared environment, meaning everything should be ready for the children as soon as they come into the classroom. They are allowed to choose work freely, but they also know that if I haven't had a lesson on this, I may not choose it. Or if I'm not choosing this properly, I might need a new lesson on it. Everything should be prepared for them so they can work independently. And it teaches self-reliance and confidence, and everything is striving for that independence.
I think one of the best things that Montessori offers that a lot of times traditional education misses is the student choice. Allowing the students to choose the work that they would like to dive deeper into or learn more about is one really big plus of the Montessori setting.
So with this job comes a lot of ups and downs, of course, as a teacher. But I think the main thing is the environment I work in. It's a very positive environment. The head of school is always very supportive, and we have a school board that's very supportive. And just like the little things every day, if you have a hard day, there's always that one child that's going to make you laugh, that's going to make you laugh so hard you cry, or they're going to master something that's going to make you just say, yeah, this is why I'm here.
Something special about the Lexington Montessori School community is that while we are little, we are mighty. I'm going on my 15th year at LMS, so I have seen my ones that I very first started with started to graduate high school. And so I've been able to see them go from 3-4-year-olds to 17 and 18, 19-year-olds now. I'm friends with a lot of the former family members, so while their kids may not be here anymore, I still get to see them on social media doing their things, writing books or going to musicals or in high school doing plays, all those kinds of stuff. So that makes me excited to be part of the LMS community.
A good Montessori school is a gift for a child. I believe that with every being in my body. You can't take that away, especially those primary years where all the foundation for how they're going to learn, for their excitement, for their self-confidence to grow. Dr. Montessori called it the absorbent mind period, where a child's brain is like a sponge and they're just taking everything in. If we can give them these areas to explore and this work to do with their hands, and they can learn how to learn on their own, you can't take that away from them. And so there's really not a better gift that you can give your child than a foundation in Montessori.
The core philosophy in one sentence could be described as meeting the children where they are, but allowing them the student choice.
We teach the whole child, not just parts of the child. So basically we're teaching manners, we're teaching emotions, we're teaching math, language, how to be in life. So we're teaching the whole child.
One of my favorite Montessori quotes is, "The fate of the future lies in the child."